Tonight on News 5 Live, a brawl between primary school students in Cotton Tree ends in a shootout among adults. Anke Duem is back before the High Court almost 7 years after the death of Faye Lynn Cannon. The World Bank reviews Belize's public spending, and the IMF says Belize's economy continues to perform well. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers! We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced full high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
13,835,700 eggs are eaten by tourists each year, fueling our thriving economy. Tourism means business.
The municipal elections 2024 are just around the corner, and Channel 5 has you covered. The results of this decisive event will determine the direction taken by 7 towns and 2 cities over the course of the next 3 years. Join us for nationwide election coverage with impartial and insightful commentary and up-to-date statistics. With correspondents in every municipality, get a first-hand look at the pulse of the nation as the elections unfold. And while they can have their say,
this is my projection. 9 municipalities, and it is not far-fetched.
We are going to go blue, blue, blue down the line.
The voters will have their way. Tune in to Channel 5 at 6 a.m. on Wednesday, March 6th, and stay with us until the winners are confirmed. Stay up to date with our pre-election coverage on News 5, Open Your Eyes, and on our social media pages. Meet the candidates, follow them on the campaign trail, and have your say on the elections through our social media polls, because your voice matters. Don't miss the excitement and drama of the municipal elections 2024. Tune in to Channel 5 and join us for unrivaled coverage that puts you in the heart of the action.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Thursday, February 29th. I am Sabrina Daly. Tonight, there are growing concerns over child safety in primary schools. On Wednesday, we received reports of a child being badly injured by another child while attending classes in Orange Walk Town. An after-school fight between two primary school children in Cotton Tree Village resulted in a shootout between adults. News 5 has learned that the altercation happened on Wednesday evening. The adult siblings of one of the female minor intervened during the fight. According to an account from one of the adult siblings, the shootout was sparked by a misunderstanding that stemmed from the fight between the two minors. We are informed that the brothers of the second minor confronted 47-year-old Richard Williams, the father of one of the children that were involved in the fight. Armed with a machete and a firearm, they allegedly opened fire at Williams and his children. A police officer was in the area at the time. He returned fire with his licensed firearm. During the exchange, Williams' sister-in-law was injured. We spoke with one of Williams' daughter. Here's what she told us off camera.
Then we have this legal and his sister, right? And then afterwards, they call, well, his sister call and get in a fight with my sister. So we end up at Belmopan police station. Then when we come back, we make come through so, and then afterwards, we see some boy over here, and then they chop sign to we and what's not, right? And then afterwards, we gonna bus stop. Then when we come back, we hear them in the shut up, right? So then when we come back, we hear they say that how they may shut out. Then me want catch my big brother. He me to come for a shop, and he run. He and my big sister. And when he run, they say see her there, see her there. See he there, and then after they shut up after he, but the ball never can lift up the gun. He may have it on the ground, right? And when he have it on the ground, one fire up on the ground and shot between my brother and my sister. And then afterwards, he run in at the yard, and when he run in the yard, one next one come with a machete and come front of my pa, and my pa walking up down and say, do what you got to do. Yeah. And then them want thing, and then afterwards, so the two brothers then come and they get him, and then they carry him back. So the one with the gun, and then one man me there, and he fire shot at them too, and that's how they gone back. So, and afterwards, we don't know what happened.
So your brother, like, why them after he if them two kids to fight in the
because they say, well, they tell lie and they tell for them brother that my brother punched for them sister right away eye and boss it, which is nothing like that.
Yeah, you were there and you saw what happened.
I see everything what happened. She may have a stick right to me whap my sister, and the stick may have a nail on it, and then when she lift up the stick whap on her eye. And then when the stick whap on her eye, she gonna tell she brother then that my brother punch her.
It was your uncle's partner that got shot, or what happened to her?
She get scratched my hand fan. They say maybe fan or a shell.
An altercation between competing bus drivers in Mahogany Heights has resulted in a conviction of damage to property and a fine being levied on 22-year-old Jeshron Flowers. This afternoon, Flowers, originally from Borrowboom Village, appeared before the lower courts where he was arraigned on 2 offenses, including common assault. It is alleged that on Tuesday, Flowers damaged a glass window on a bus belonging to Jerome Samuels. According to Flowers, when he was passing by Samuels' bus, the driver accelerated the engine as if to run him over, and that's when Flowers threw a bottle at the vehicle. In court, Flowers wasted no time and admitted to the offense. For his guilty plea, he was imposed 2 non-custodial sentences. For damage to property, he was fined $500, and for common assault, he was fined $600. Those fines are due by April 30th and May 31st, respectively. Or in default, he will spend 3 months in prison. The sensational case of 13-year-old Faye Lynn Cannon, who died under questionable circumstances in the care of an American couple living in San Pedro, made headlines in 2017. 63-year-old Anki Doem was jointly charged along with her husband David Doem in the wake of the child's death. Her husband took his own life a few years later. And today, Anki Doem appeared before newly appointed High Court Judge Derek Sylvester and a jury of 9 persons. The allegation against her is that she willfully neglected Cannon in a manner that was likely to cause injury to her health. Both sides presented oral submissions before the bench, beginning with the Director of Public Prosecutions, who addressed the jurors by first showing them 3 gruesome images showing Cannon's severely bruised body. The DPP also presented an image that showed an emaciated 13-year-old girl who Doem claims was never neglected. The DPP concluded that Faylin Cannon's death was not an accident. On the other hand, Doem's attorney, Adolph Lucas Sr., urged the jury not to believe the allegations made by the DPP and asked jurors to acquit his client because the Crown failed to prove the charge of cruelty to a child. The case against Ankie Doem will be summed up on March 4th. Coming up, Minister Cooey calls NTUCB's IMF boycott unfortunate.
Dear voter, a manifesto is a kind of statement of ideas, of ambition, of dreams for our future, for our administration. It's supposed to be a blueprint and an article of faith. It won't always go as planned, but it is supposed to be a guide, a blueprint for success. We have had many successes over the last 6 years while laboring under the worst of conditions. A hostile UDP government for 3 years, the once-in-a-century calamity of COVID. Then the treacherous Hurricane Lisa threatened to derail all the advances we had made coming out of the pandemic. But still we rose, we persevered, we endured, we conquered. We demonstrated resiliency. We have been able to pay our bills, provide for our staff, supported and inspired many families and children, establish a department to attend grieving mothers who have lost children to gun violence, build 90 cement and paved streets in the last year alone, a total of 140 in the last 3 years, renovated and built many parks, dug many drains, took away tons of garbage. We've even attempted to provide some spiritual upliftment to our families. But still, we have some ways to go. Still, there are things left undone. Things we believe we can get done in tandem with a friendly central government. Together we can accomplish much of what have been left undone. But first, we must get back to the basics. We must ensure that our drains are dug and clean, our grass cut, our garbage carried away, our streets better, our parks and playgrounds kept inviting, our sports programs plentiful and wholesome, our communities safe and sound. We must stay upon track. We must do more of what we have been doing, but do it even better. We must make this city the best little city this side of the hemisphere. We must make it the best destination for all visitors and residents alike. We must work in partnership with all our stakeholders, but above all, we must always be about the people. Always be about love. We do that and we can't go wrong. We do that and we will continue to fill the pages of the future with stories of success and advances, of love and community, of the physical and the spiritual. We do that and the sky is the limit for our beautiful city by the Caribbean Sea. Sincerely, your mayor.
When the police department is taking firearms off the street, those firearms are not then diverted, but we are in fact destroying them.
The new $30 million Hallova Bridge is already falling apart.
How can you not be proud of a situation like this. And you all are seeing it. It's an awesome experience to be here.
And Minister Espat is proud of that? What about the road work on Philip Golson Highway that's been going on forever?
And the Philip Golson Highway between mile 3 and 4, you guys paved it and it's breaking up again.
Philip Golson Highway from mile 3 to 4. I can't give you a response on that.
Minister Espat, you didn't have an answer when the potholes appeared on the new $30 million bridge either. Belizeans, your country's falling apart. The people responsible don't have answers. Come March 6th, do you really trust these people to continue running your country?
Hurricanes, that which baby you do up there? That the newborn baby to the BEBL. Belmopan Trojans. Hurricanes are about to rock the baby Trojans to sleep this Friday night.
They're playing basketball
all around the world.
Welcome to the Hurricane Shelter, the Belize Civic Center, this Friday, March 1 at 9 p.m. Your three-time undefended champion, Belize Hurricanes, takes on the newcomer to the league, the baby of them all, the Belmopan Trojans. Hurricanes will make the Trojans cry like one baby.
The man cry like one baby.
Belize Hurricanes, led by Glency Cooper Lopez, Victor Vito Evans, Tyree Harlem Kiroesco, Jamel Harris, the African from Mali, Burama Sidibe, and the three-point boss, Amar Ross. Squaring off against Dartavius Young, Jalen Lopez, and the Belmopan Trojans. Without a doubt, the Hurricanes will mash down the Trojans.
Come back, we go mash them down.
Halftime show will feature for the first time this year the Sugarcane Girls, alongside the legendary T.Y. dropping his hit tune. Primary schoolers enter for free. That's right, while high schoolers will pay only $5. To top it off, the first 50 kids will receive a free kite courtesy of A&R Enterprise.
Let's go fly a kite up to the highest height.
Remember, this Friday at the Belize Civic Center, Canes versus Trojans. Gates open at 7, entertainment at 8, and tip-off time 9 p.m. Hey, primary and high schoolers, don't forget to bring out your posters and banners for the $1,000 competition. Then, of course, there's the Hopkins Hamanasa Resort First 5 contest for firms, family, and friends, valued at $5,000.
One team, one big family.
The after party will be at Thirsty Thursdays.
Hurricanes are one big family.
Sponsored.
Yo, respect the city. Love the game. Family, Belize Hurricanes. Hurricanes are one big family.
In Belize, there are 6,500 livestock producers. Together, they manage 200,000 head of cattle. Soon after entering office, the PUP government opened up the export of livestock. In 2023 alone, 40,000 head of cattle were sold to Mexico and Guatemala, generating $70 million in revenue. With the support of government, this revenue-generating industry will only grow year after year. These figures are important, but let's break it down. When the government supports its producers and finds sustainable markets for export, we improve the lives of our people. We build stronger communities. We grow our economy. We develop our country. It's as simple as that. And that is what good governance is all about. On March 6th, let us continue to move forward together. Stay on track with the PUP.
Everything is better electric. Be more efficient with electric vehicles and transforming your home with Energy Star electric appliances and power tools. This helps to create a greener and cleaner world for the next generation. Energize your world with BEL.
Hola benqueños, mi nombre es Marco Tezucum, un maestro de por vida y un orgulloso hijo de nuestro pueblo. Hoy nuestra ciudad se enfrenta a desafíos. Nuestros jóvenes anhelan más actividades, más oportunidades, más razones para soñar. Me presento a alcalde porque creo en Benque, en nuestro potencial. Juntos podemos revitalizar nuestra ciudad, especialmente para nuestra generación más joven. Imagina un Benque donde los parques estén llenos de vida y risas, donde el deporte sea una puerta a la formación del carácter y donde nuestros jóvenes reciban formación para los trabajos del mañana. Con experiencia y corazón de servicio, estoy listo para guiarnos hacia un futuro para que Benque brille más que nunca. Únete por nuestra ciudad, por nuestro futuro. Vota UDP 7 el 6 de marzo.
On Wednesday, 6 March 2024, voters in all 9 municipalities will have an opportunity to elect the members to constitute their councils. On your ballot, it is your decision and choice for your respective municipality. Exercise it. Let your decision be your choice. Disabled, elderly, and pregnant women will be given priority. The voter enters the polling station and shows her voter identification card. The poll clerk announces her name in an audible voice. The first poll clerk verifies the particulars of the voter on the voters list, while the second poll clerk verifies the particulars in the binder. The voter's name is then ruled off from the voters list. The voter is then required to show her right index finger to ensure that she has not yet voted. The voter's right index finger is then dipped up to the first joint in the indelible ink. The voter is then directed to the presiding officer, who then initials a ballot paper and issues it to the voter. The voter then proceeds to the polling booth and marks a cross on the right-hand side of the ballot paper, opposite the name of each candidate of her choice. When the voter has marked her vote, she folds the ballot paper so as to conceal the vote and shows the presiding officer her initials, then places the ballot paper inside the ballot box. The voter then exits the polling station. Remember, you are permitted to vote for 1 mayor and 10 councilors for Belize City and 1 mayor and 6 councilors for Belmopan City and Towns. Electors are encouraged to take along their voter identification card to their polling station to facilitate the process. Your ballot paper will be considered void and not counted if it does not have the presiding officer's initial, if the voter has voted for more candidates than there are seats, if the ballot paper is not marked for any candidate, if the ballot paper contains any mark that can identify the voter, and if the ballot paper is unmarked or void for uncertainty. Let your decision be your choice. Your vote matters. A message brought to you by the Election and Boundaries Department.
The International Monetary Fund has wrapped up its Article 5 consultation. In its concluding statement, the IMF reported that Belize's economy has continued to perform well. The report noted continued GDP growth over the last 3 years, adding that this growth has been led by the expansion of tourism, construction, and the business process outsourcing sectors, among others. The IMF's report further stated that unemployment has decreased from 14% in 2020 to 3.4% in 2023. The report also provided a positive outlook for Belize's inflation rate and GDP growth. Today, we caught up with Christopher Koyi, the Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance, who told us more.
I think the IMF Article 4 consultation reflects, and the concluding statement in terms of that consultation reflects what I think we've been experiencing in Belize. We've been experiencing over the past few years a resurgence of the Belize economy. The growth continues to perform for Belize relatively well. I think in this last calendar year, it's roughly 5% growth. I think they're estimating 4.5. I think Central Bank is around the same number. I believe we will outperform that a little bit, but nonetheless, it's around 5% growth. They also highlight our debt dynamics. Our debt fiscal position remains robust. We expect a primary surplus once again this year, and the inflation continues to moderate. I think they're estimating that inflation for 2023 would be around a little over 4%. For 2024, it will reduce to around a little over 3%, and then reduce further to about 1.3% thereafter. The unemployment rate, their estimate is, I think, 3.4% or thereabouts, and that we would remain at or near full employment for the foreseeable future. So, all in all, the consultation went quite well, and the report indicates how the economy and the government has been performing in a positive way.
2 weeks ago, the National Trade Union Congress of Belize fired off a letter to the International Monetary Fund, informing that the umbrella organization was boycotting all further consultations with the financial institution. The NTUCB stated that its reason for shunning the IMF was because it was simply being used as a checkbox. The Congress wrote, quote, "We are deeply troubled by the negative recommendations towards hard-working public sector workers, teachers, police, doctors, nurses, firemen, etc. The negative impact that the IMF's intervention have had on the working class, economies, and people of developing countries within the Caribbean and Latin American region is of serious concern," unquote. Today, Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance, Chris Koyi, said that the union's decision was unfortunate.
The IMF tries to have as broad a consultation as possible as it goes through its Article 4 process in order to put together its concluding statement. That concluding statement provides insight as to how the economy is performing, how the government is doing, how the financial sector is doing, and what they see is likely to occur in the future. So it's important to become as informed as possible from as many stakeholders in the economy as possible. It's unfortunate that meeting did not happen so that the NTUCB could give their views and opinions, but nonetheless, the work has to go on, and ultimately the IMF will produce their report.
The average prices of select food items, including rice, ground beef, evaporated and powdered milk, as well as cheese, have gone up. That's according to the latest figures released by the Statistical Institute of Belize. The Consumer Price Index shows that there has been a 4.3% increase in the national inflation rate. In January of 2024, prices within the food subcategory were up by 8.2%. Increases were observed in the cost of fresh vegetables, dairy products, meat products, and cereal products, including rice, flour, and bread. The cost of restaurant and accommodation services rose by 14%. The External Trade Bulletin indicates that imports were up 28.2%, while domestic exports were down by 31.6% in January of 2024. Total imports for January 2024 stood at $272 million, which is attributed to a considerable increase in the importation of machinery and transportation equipment. As many as 35 businesses in San Pedro and Caye Caulker have been ticketed by the Supplies Control Unit for violating the Supplies Control Prices regulation as it pertains to the sale of various items. During a third round of establishment inspections carried out earlier this month, the unit ticketed stores across the island town, including 9 on Laguna Drive alone. Key Value Store, Tansmart, Best Price Store, and Kmart are among several establishments that were fined for offering for sale above control price for control good or for failing to display price for control good. In Kikocker, several stores were also ticketed, including Chinatown Supermarket and Sunrise Shopping Center. The Supplies Control Unit says it will continue to engage local authorities, such as the Belize Police Department, San Pedro Town Council, and Kikocker Village Council, to identify and address violations of the supplies control regulations. Today, the World Bank shared its findings of a review on Belize's public spending, primarily in areas of education, health, and climate change resilience. The bank is of the view that Belize could reduce its debt to below 50% of GDP by undertaking reforms in these areas particularly. The report also found that budget credibility and fiscal discipline remain a challenge, and a high public sector wage bill continues to limit spending power. News 5's Marian Ali has a report on the review.
For the first time, the World Bank has presented the findings of a review that it has conducted on Belize's public spending and how the government could improve its ability in addressing specific areas of need if it were more efficient in how it manages the public purse. Senior economist with the World Bank, Anton Dobronogov, broke down the figures.
As of 2023, the risks to sustainability of public debt were judged as moderate, which is a major achievement for the country, which experienced multiple debt restructurings in the past. Revenue collection in Belize remains lower than in most of the Caribbean countries. Since this report was on the expenditures and not on revenues, we did not do in-depth analysis, but I would like to highlight this point because Belize still needs to continue fiscal consolidation, and increase in revenues needs certainly to be a part of this effort. As you can see at the next slide, total expenditures, which was at 23% in 2022, has even larger gap between Belize and the Caribbean average. Obviously, this is a consequence of the fiscal consolidation, and for a while, this gap is likely to persist.
The World Bank found that one of the main challenges for Belize in public spending is its huge wage bill, which in 2022 accounted for 41% of total public spending.
The public expenditures in Belize are rather rigid, so about 81% of expenditures are non-discretionary. In part, this is a consequence of the lack of fiscal discipline, which persisted for a fairly prolonged period in the country. And the most important rigid expenditure in Belize is the public sector wage bill. As of 2022, the wage bill, including transfers to public high school and public hospitals allocated for salaries, accounted for slightly over 40% of total public spending, 50% of total revenue, and 55% of recurrent expenditure.
Minister of State Chris Coye says there has to be a way to effectively address the issues that were raised.
I think you look at the recommendations, and those are recommendations that have to be seriously considered. Certainly, the size of the workforce is one, but also the compensation. The pay scale is compressed. The skilled labor, the skilled side is underpaid versus the broadness of the lower mid-level workers within the system. Those are areas that we actually have to spend a lot more time in looking at how do we develop probably a new pay scale structure, a new compensation structure. So that is quite a bit of work, but that is something that needs to be undertaken.
The review singled out areas of education and health that have also given serious challenges to the government over the years. The bank's country director for the Caribbean, Lilia Boron-Siuk, spoke on these.
A key recommendation is the need to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of public spending in key sectors such as health and education. And these are the two very important sectors for the country and for the people of the country. So we will learn more about this today, but I would like to highlight that in education, worldwide, study after study has shown that the factor number one that determines the results in terms of the learning outcomes in education is the quality of teachers. And this is one of very important area that Belize needs to really pay attention to improve the quality of teachers and teaching. In health, it is important to make sure that the money, that public money that goes into this sector really delivers the results, and the citizens can see the benefits in terms of improved services that they get from the health sector. So improving the efficiency and effectiveness of spending in health.
CEO in the Ministry of Education, Diane Mahia, pointed out that the ministry has already begun to correct some of the weaknesses that existed in previous years.
There are a few things to take away here. One is that this is a review that really incorporates data leading mostly up to 2019. There are significant changes that have been made since 2019, and there's data that has yet to be collected. I think that, yes. So what happens from 2020 on, especially from 2021 on, because with 2021 we were fully back after the pandemic, I think is going to be interesting, as we move forward. So that's one thing, because this was a review, as I said, with data up to 2019. That's one thing. Another thing to take away from this is the fact that there are not a whole lot of surprises. It's true that we absolutely, as a government, have to be aware of the fact that we spend a lot of our money on education, and we should expect that our system would be more efficient.
A lot of money is spent on teacher training, CEO Mejia said, but the fruits of that are still just beginning to have bearing. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
After the break, navigate the Belize Zoo with a new interactive map. But first, here's a weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
Belize's Ministry of Agriculture and our Belizean farmers across the country have been recognized and applauded at CARICOM's 46th Head of Government meeting happening now. We are leading the region in reducing imports from outside CARICOM and in producing our own food to feed our people. This is what comes from a visionary plan Belize, with a clear goal from farm to table. It is the result of teamwork and partnership between the government of Belize and our farmers. But it's more than the regional recognition. When we support our farmers, we not only ensure food security for Belize, we provide opportunities for our people. We grow the economy, we build our communities, and that is real governance. Together, let us continue to grow Belize. Together, let us stay on track with the PUP.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers! We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a Lone Ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced full high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
The new $30 million Haulover Bridge is already falling apart.
How can you not be proud of a situation like this? And you all are seeing it. It's an awesome experience to be here.
And Minister Espat is proud of that? What about the road work on Philip Golson Highway that's been going on forever?
And the Philip Golson Highway between mile 3 and 4, you guys paved it and it's breaking up again.
Philip Golson Highway from mile 3 to 4. I can't give you a response on that.
Minister Espat, you didn't have an answer when the potholes appeared on the new $30 million bridge either. Belizeans, your country's falling apart. The people responsible don't have answers. Come March 6th, do you really trust these people to continue running your country?
the up, with the back again. PUP, with the up, with the up, for the win again. Win again. With the up, with the up, with the back again. Team Mariano, with the up, with the up. Let the change continue. And I know all of the seats for myself. How, Mr. Man, the beautifying down, Grigger. We have to keep who the work to we. PUP 7, down the line. When it comes to hard work and dedication, Mr. Morris always across he understand. And we can't forget the councillors, this health team ready for the victory.
February is all about Honda. Get special pricing and discounts on all Honda products. Enjoy up to 24% off select Honda products and 20% off Honda parts. And don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make your purchase. Love your Honda. It's all about deals and discounts on Honda products throughout the month of February. Only at Benquip Equipment Parts Service.
The only time Punta Gorda ever see any kind of development, the under the PUP. Right now, we to work hard to upgrade the whole municipality. We to upgrade streets all over. They install culverts so people no flood out. We done the prepare for hot mix 6 major streets. And that this government about to build a new modern Joe Taylor Bridge. We serious about work. Everywhere we go, the people tell we first time in our long time they feel appreciated. The PUP that love and work. That's why on March 6th, the people will show love for Carlos Obia Galvez and the whole team. We stay on track with the PUP.
The Belize Zoo and Tropical Education Center cares for 160 animals, representing 43 native species. The 30-acre wildlife rescue and rehabilitation facility sees approximately 43,000 visitors on an annual basis. And as of Sunday, those thousands of yearly visitors will be able to navigate the best little zoo in the world much easier. The zoo has partnered with Beliezing.com to create an interactive map and information application that seeks to enhance the visitor experience. These new features will be launched on World Wildlife Conservation Day. News 5's Paul Lopez got an exclusive look ahead of the launch on tonight's installment of Belize on Reel. Here's that report.
When conservation and technology collide, innovation becomes the order of the day. The Belize Zoo and Tropical Education Center has partnered with Beliezing.com to launch a creative digital application to enhance visitors' experience.
And we started to work on an interactive map. This stems from our participation in their Innovation Lab project, where they developed a digital integration plan for the Belize Zoo and basically propose some ideas on how we can move forward and how we can move the zoo towards digital technology.
According to Celso Pot, the director of the Belize Zoo, a static PDF map has been the only option available to visitors who request a layout of the zoo. Beliezing.com has now created an interactive map that does way more than inform visitors where each animal is located.
So we came, like I said, on multiple occasions. We had to map out the zoo, making sure that we have the coordinates correct. We have to ensure that all the animals are exactly where they are showing on the map, so that way when people use it, they could navigate exactly to which animal that they want to see.
The interactive map is the main feature of the application, but it also includes other options such as the stories behind each animal housed at the zoo, daily scheduled activities, and ways that users can become financial partners with the zoo. Today we use the interactive map to find Neo, the river otter, and to learn more about his story.
it's a mobile-first progressive web app. So anyone that has a mobile device and internet connection, they could access the map. So when they go to the homepage of the map, they will be able to share the location, and that way the GPS technology will be able to work. And it has dynamic wayfinding, so that way you could click on whatever animal you want to see, and it will show the waypoints that you could follow to get to that specific animal.
Pot explained that the app may prove most useful to individuals who are on tight schedules and have intentions to visit one or two specific animals at the zoo. Through the application, they will be able to quickly locate these habitats and find the fastest route. Maria Mejia, the Chief Executive Officer at Let's Go Belize Limited, shared additional features.
It has a real-time schedule when the zoo is open, what's available. It has guides that will help you provide customized experiences for you at the zoo. And it has a tour schedule, what tours are available at the zoo at that time.
So you guys thought about everything.
Yes. And I think it's going to transform not just the experience in terms of navigating the zoo, but being informed and educated about the different animals, as well as being able to have a more efficient experience, especially for travelers who come, let's say, from the cruise, and they just want to stop by quickly and have that experience. The app helps them to navigate the zoo much more easier and more efficient, right?
The application is set to be launched on Sunday during the Belize Zoo's World Wildlife Conservation Day activities. As a non-profit organization, the Belize Zoo relies on the support of visitors to sustain its conservation efforts. Pot believes that this enhanced experience shows visitors just how much their support means to the zoo.
This year's World Wildlife theme is connecting people and planet through digital innovation for wildlife conservation. And so this digital interactive map ties perfectly with the theme for this year's World Wildlife Day. The Belize Zoo and Tropical Education Center is a not-for-profit organization, so we rely solely on the visitors' fee and donation we receive, and that money goes right back into the work we do. So enhancing visitors' experience that are visiting the zoo is very important, for them to support us. Now, the cool thing with this interactive map is if businesses want to support the zoo, they can sponsor one of the pages. We can advertise for you at the Belize Zoo on these pages.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Earlier this month, at the start of our Belize on Reel feature on conservation efforts across the country, we looked at Crooked Tree and its importance as a Ramsar site. The protected area is made up of over 14,000 acres of waterways, logwood swamps, and lagoon. It also provides a habitat for over 300 species of residents and migratory birds. Tonight, we look at a story put together by freelance journalist Jose Sanchez.
We collaborated with other organizations, the Forest Department and the National Biodiversity Office, to do some hands-on activities and presentations with students from the Crooked Tree Government School. That included Standard 3 to Standard 6. And the kids, they had fun with the various activities that were scheduled out.
Mangroves are very important trees in wetlands because these are the homes for lots of different animals.
Belize is a party to the Ramsar Convention on Wetlands of International Importance. And so we chose one of the two Ramsar sites that we have within the country here in Crooked Tree. Okay, so why wetlands? These areas are critical habitats for biodiversity, but also for the ecosystem services that they provide. One of the main services that we often highlight is the fact that they are a flood sink. And so when we have these major flood events, these areas play a critical role in holding the water and releasing it slowly back. So it provides a very important ecosystem service when it comes to flood protection. And that service continues as the Belize River continues to drain out through Belize City and into the sea. But it's also a very important hotspot for birds and different species of biodiversity. Crooked Tree is very well known for the many species of birds that this area attracts, which also contributes to tourism and supports social and economic development.
To get there or not to get, we don't got tree. 80%. 80%. So read what it says at 80% at the back. More than 80% of our wetlands have disappeared since the 70s. Wetlands are being sold 3 times faster than forests.
Cookie Tree is a unique ecosystem. It is a wetland, it's a wildlife sanctuary, and it is unique in the sense that it would be the only wildlife sanctuary where we actually have a community within the sanctuary. And so that uniqueness is something we can't get anywhere else in the country. We've always had a close relationship with the community of Cookie Tree. We're pretty familiar with, we have old faces here. And so because of the uniqueness of the ecosystems and because of the sense that these community members use this wetland and this sanctuary, it is important for them to understand why we need to protect it. So that's one of the reasons we're here. We did a bit of a cleanup campaign this morning. The kids were amazed about the garbage that is within the community, and like we said, it's the garbage that they too contribute to. And so it's important for them to understand that they must do a little part, or they must do their part as well.
Communicating with the children and helping them to understand the importance of the ecosystem that they literally have in their backyard and the goods and services that it provides to them. And hopefully, and we do believe that that will help them in becoming better stewards of this ecosystem as they grow older.
Chief Executive Officer Dr. Kenrick Williams is in Nairobi, Kenya, where he is attending the 6th United Nations Environment Assembly. For Belize, the Assembly provides a space to update the global community on its national efforts to address environmental and climate issues. Similarly, it serves as a platform to urge world leaders to deliver upon commitments and support developing states like Belize.
Belize is pleased to present its highest commitment and dedication to tackling climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution. Since our last meeting at this assembly, Belize has been working arduously to meet its national, regional, and international commitments. With respect to climate change actions, Belize recently introduces the Climate Change and Carbon Markets Initiative Bill. This legislation will set up structures and systems aimed at meeting our commitments under the UNFCCC and the Paris Agreement. These achievements will additionally place Belize in a position to diversify its financing mechanisms and enter the international carbon markets to finance our low-emission resilient development. Belize continues to be a net carbon sink, which is due to its adequately conserved, managed, and enhanced forest resources. In line with our government's Plan Belize agenda, we have adopted a national forest restoration strategy which aligns with Belize's pledges to the Bond Challenge, where we commit to restoring 130,000 hectares by 2030. In line with the Global Biodiversity Framework, Belize is now updating its National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan to continue to meet the urgent action of halting and reversing biodiversity loss and to put nature on a path to recovery.
When we return, fire safety means being proactive this dry season.
We're moving up, yeah, yeah, yeah. We're staying on track, yeah, yeah, yeah. Nos mantenemos las calles limpias, yeah. Haciendo cambios en el país. Mantenerse en el buen camino. Necesitamos trabajar juntos. Lo que quieres y necesitas, el partido para la gente. haciendo un mejor Belice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. PUP cambiando vida.
Lo seguimos trabajando juntos, avanzando. Lo seguimos trabajando juntos, avanzando.
Todos juntos nos seguimos avanzando, trabajando en la comunidad, nos seguimos avanzando. Todos juntos nos seguimos avanzando, trabajando en la comunidad, todos ganamos. We're looking forward into the future, no turning back. We're staying on track. What a beautiful sight to see. We uplifting the whole country. One PUP canopy. A PUP for every village, city and town. PUP cambiando vida.
Lo seguimos trabajando juntos, avanzando. Lo seguimos trabajando juntos, avanzando.
Nos mantenemos las calles limpias, yeah, haciendo cambios en el país. Mantenerse en el buen camino, necesitamos trabajar juntos. PUP, lo que quieres y necesitas, el partido para la gente, haciendo un mejor Belice. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Lo seguimos trabajando juntos, avanzando. Lo seguimos trabajando juntos, avanzando. Viva la PUP.
The new wing of Belize Healthcare Partners Limited is the home of our newly expanded birthing room and neonatal unit. We understand that childbirth is a memorable experience for expecting mothers and their families. That's why the new unit was designed with your comfort and safety in mind. For the expecting mom, our spacious and well-equipped birthing rooms will create a comfortable and supportive environment for your labor and delivery. We also offer the option of water delivery in our birthing pool, allowing you to have a soothing and safe delivery supervised by experienced doctors and nurses. Our neonatal nursery is equipped with the latest technology and staffed by skilled and compassionate professionals dedicated to providing the best care for your newborn. At Belize Healthcare Partners Limited, we are here to support you every step of the way, from the moment you arrive until you and your baby are safe to go home. Belize Healthcare Partners, your leader in healthcare.
I was born in Orange Walk, raised on the same streets where our children play. I was blessed with the opportunity to study agriculture. My life's work has been about nurturing our land and our people. I've always kept our community at the heart of everything I do. But I see the challenges we face: the struggling drainage system, rising cost of living, and the need for better infrastructure and sanitation. That's why I'm stepping forward to be your mayor. I am Enrique Carballo, better known as Wico, and I'm here to work for you, for our town, for our future. Vote UDP 7. Remember, your choice is your voice.
My Social Security. Your direct online access to all your Social Security information. 360 view of all your Social Security information. Registration services, benefits, contributions, and employer services at your fingertips. Enjoy all the new features with your My Social Security account. Register with SSB. Submission of benefit claims. Submission of contribution statements. View contribution record. Enjoy all your My Social Security feature at ssbportal.org.bz. Social Security at your fingertips.
We love our cars. They take us where we need to go and allow us to explore, work, and even make memories. RF&G Insurance prides itself in offering coverage options for you. We are pleased to reintroduce our Super Act policy. Drive with confidence, knowing that you are protected on both public and private roads. Experience outstanding service and reliable protection that is tailored to your budget. WhatsApp us at 670-8700 or visit an agent near you to learn more. Remember, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Road Group company.
Naked Shine and the UDP could say what they want, but people know better. The PUP they work for day one in every municipality, every community. They no play. Mobile clinic for deal with land issues, house for deserving Belizeans. Jobs like never before, and we mean real jobs. Roads to pave all over, bridge the bill, free education in a high school, free internet in 197 schools. Schools that get built, health centers get built. Listen, we never see this kind of work under the UDP, never ever. This the Belizean taxpayer dollars at work. This the how it's supposed to be. Under the UDP, only God and their worthless one know where the tax dollars gone, cause they certainly never help none of we. March 6th, make we get it right. Ina Corozal, Orange Walk, San Pedro, Belmopan, Dangriga, Punta Gorda, Benque Viejo, San Ignacio, Santa Elena, and for sure in a Belize City. We to stay on track with the PUP.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Our cherished Punta Gorda town stands at the dawn of renewal. It's time for Mekwit Tech Back PG for we, with a team dedicated to our town's prosperity. Meet the team leading this charge. Franklin Crankapolonia for mayor, joined by Kathy Burns, Carl 86 Cabral, Kevin Chuck, Selene Kos, Victor Jacobs, and Jaren Lambe. This is our team, ready to take back Punta Gorda for our people. Together, we can ensure a prosperous, united and vibrant Punta Gorda. Join us and make with Tech Back PG for we. Vote UDP 7 on March 6.
With the dry season in full effect, Belizeans are already starting to feel the heat. And with heat comes the threat of potential wildfires. Earlier this week, a wildfire destroyed the home of Hattieville resident Wallace Rubio, who claimed that the incident was avoidable. We spoke with Kenneth Mortes of the National Fire Service to hear how we can prevent incidents like these from occurring. News 5's Brittany Gordon reports.
As the temperatures continue to rise amid the height of dry season, the threat of wildfires imposing on properties in rural areas becomes a greater cause for concern. The National Fire Service asserts that the impact of these fires can be minimized by implementing preventative measures. We sat down with Fire Station Supervisor Kenneth Mortis for some advice.
It's that time of the year indeed, and we try to stay in close dialogue with the Met Office, I believe like everyone should. And the heat is here, the dry is here, and if you drive around your area, you'll feel the heat combined with a lot of wind, so to speak, a lot of breeze. Factors that we should take into consideration regardless of where we're at, whether you're in the city or you're in these rural areas, especially more so the rural areas. Your vegetation is important. Not only yours, but your neighbor's vegetation, your surroundings. If you find yourself living amongst overgrown vegetation, either take the extra effort to clear a 5 feet minimum perimeter around your building, thus eliminating the chance of a wildland fire consuming those areas and then putting your house at risk.
Mortis explained that there are 3 major reasons why homes are destroyed by wildfires, and that being cognizant of these factors is a key step in ensuring your safety.
History has shown time and time again, and most recently, whereby structures have been consumed by fires as a result of an open brush or wildland fires. And all because of, one, where we're located. We live in these rural areas. Your closest fire station, your closest fire truck is nothing less than 30 minutes away, which would put you at a 15 miles gap. 2, your area is so heavily overgrown by these wildland bushes that you put yourself at risk within those elements. 3, most of the time, unfortunately, these fires occur during the day. That's when everybody's either at home or at school. So the few neighbors that are at home, they are busy with their own daily lives. They don't always have the time to be monitoring your house. So with these factors in mind, it is something that we must take the initial initiative how to best protect and preserve what is ours.
He further explained that although the fire department attempts to respond to these fires in a timely manner, they rely on the assistance of the community to report and promptly respond to these fires before the situation becomes dire.
The Belize National Fire Service is committed to responding to all fires within a reasonable jurisdiction. However, do not expect that the Belize National Fire Service will be at your beck and call the minute there's a wildland fires. Unfortunately, the one that happened most recently, neighbors are saying that the fire was apparently burning for some days and nobody did anything, nobody called us. When it went from afar to the nearby structure, that's when all alarms went off. It was too late.
According to Mortis, a major contributor to these disasters is a buildup of trash and overgrown brush within the area, as these tend to be highly flammable.
Again, like I said, it's a fire safety measure, so to speak. And where does fire safety actually start? And with who does fire safety start? Fire safety starts with us. Not with you, nor my neighbor, nor my friend, nor my brother, but it starts with us, the individual. That's where fire safety starts. Those are the measures that we should take in place to ensure that wherever we live in our vegetation is kept to the minimal. We do not have all these excessive garbage buildup. Those themselves pose as a fire load. We are entrapping ourselves and we're setting ourselves up for loss.
Brittany Gordon for News 5.
An early morning fire gutted a house on Jane Usher Boulevard today. The incident occurred around 4:30 a.m. and while no one was injured, the small wooden structure was completely lost to the flames. Residents in the area claim that while the house belongs to a Mr. Belisle, it remained abandoned as far as they know. For more information, we spoke with Kenneth Mortiz from the National Fire Service.
The information is still forthcoming in the sense that we haven't really gotten a chance to speak to the owners yet. We know that the fire was on Jane Usher Boulevard on what they call the Mud Street area. The structure was a 20 by 24 wooden structure with zinc roofing. Unconfirmed reports is that it was abandoned, which again we need confirmation from Mr. Belisle, as we know that abandoned and unoccupied is basically two different categories. We can definitely say that the building had no electricity, but like I said, the hours the fire was detected, it didn't prove or didn't give us much assistance from neighbors who could have pointed out whether they saw something out of the ordinary or anything to that effect. Whether it was a malicious act, that is yet to be determined from the investigators, and I am hoping that we can have something before the end of the day.
What was the response time on the fire, and how long did it blaze for?
We got the call approximately 5:01. I would say within 7 minutes we were on the scene. We managed to control the fire after 20 minutes of firefighting, I would say, and then another 35 minutes more or less, that was when total extinguishment took place.
So, being that you have not been in contact with Mr. Belisle, who contacted the fire department?
We received a call from the police department this morning. After such, as per norm, we dispatched 2 trucks to the scene with a total of 6 firefighters, and they were the ones responsible per se to bring this fire under control, minimizing the damage to that one particular structure versus whereby any other nearby structure were at risk. So we managed to control it before that happened.
A Belmopan resident is left in a state of despair after a fire broke out in her home around 4:30 a.m. today. She is a single mother of 4, Alicia Latchman, who awoke to the smell of smoke surrounding her house. Fortunately, Latchman and her 4 children were unharmed, but have suffered great financial loss. We visited the scene of the fire today to hear how this unfortunate event occurred.
This morning, around 4:30 a.m., it was up to Alicia Latchman to gather her 4 children and get them to safety as a fire blazed inside her home. Luckily, the single mother was able to get her 8-month-old twins, 5-year-old daughter, and her 14-year-old son out of the house unharmed, but was forced to watch as the flames consumed a portion of her rented home until the fire department arrived.
This morning, we had sleep. I had to sleep in the living room with the 2 babies, and I sleep in the room. Okay. And then my next 2 kids, they in their room, and I smell smoke. So at first I never really paid no mind, but then I smell the smoke started to get stronger, so I get up, and when I get up, I realize that in the house the smoke they come from. And I look up, I see the thick smoke in at the ceiling. So I grab my 2 8-month baby from off of the ground, and I run to the next room with my next 2 bigger kids then there, and I try to get them out.
Latchman stated that in the midst of the chaos, she was concerned for her children as it was difficult to get some of them out of the house.
For a minute, I think my daughter, something happened to her because she never want to get up. She never made a move to get up, but we managed to get her up, and we come out by the time we go for exit back to the living room area. I just see the current gone off and everywhere dark and a lot of smoke and everything, and I see in the front room, in my room, just a lot of the fire, a lot of smoke, everything, and I managed to open the front door, and me and my kids, I exit out through the front door with them, and they come out through the gate, and my son come and holler for the neighbors them for help.
She estimates a loss of approximately $23,000 in damages, which includes furniture, appliances, school supplies, clothes, and documents.
You managed to save much of what you own?
Well, I tried going back inside. Let me see what I could get, but I never managed to get much. I only grabbed to get like 2 bags. And I couldn't do nothing else more because then the whole place full of fire and smoke, thick smoke.
So I see that it's not burnt down, but it's scorched severely.
Inside, yes, because
it's still livable. It's still, you can live in there.
Inside damage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, can't go back in and go live now. And that where outside rent, I was renting that on my place, you know.
We sought further information at the National Fire Service, where Fire Station Supervisor Kenneth Mortis updated us further. According to Mortis, the fire was due to an electrical malfunction.
We conducted an investigation where we learned that the fire was as a result of an electrical flaw, and that stemmed from the electrical circuit panel within the room. Again, we were fortunate to contain this fire and suppress it before it managed to expel itself from the building, creating more damage to other nearby structures.
Lachman is at a loss for what to do next and is asking the public to extend assistance to her and her family.
You have a number where people can reach you?
Yes, 675-4504.
Okay. And as for Alicia?
Yes, Alicia.
So now that you say it's not habitable, where are you staying? Who will you be with?
Well, for right now, one of my auntie, she have my kids them, but from there I don't know. I don't know what happened. What we're going from there.
Brittany Gordon for News 5.
Up next, procurement of funds for new court complex in final stages.
Forever Belize 2024. Vote PUP 11. Bernard Wagner, female who always there with me. He the comfy tree with everybody. Vote PUP. Bernard Wagner, female who always there with me. He the comfy tree with everybody. Vote PUP. We ready for election. Vote PUP 11. Bernard Wagner with the plan to make better things happen. Beautifying Belize City, reaching out to each community, involving more youth programs, uplifting all Belizeans. Bernard Wagner, female who always there with me. He the comfy tree with everybody. Vote PUP. Bernard Wagner, female who always there with me. He the comfy tree with everybody. Vote PUP. With his safe and track, no time for turning back. Belize, physical infrastructure, symmetry, economic development, festival, smart city enhancement. So who we have vote for? Bernard Wagner. On election day, Bernard Wagner. Belize City Mayor, Bernard Wagner. Bernard Wagner, female who always there with me. He the comfy tree with everybody. Vote PUP. Bernard Wagner, female who always there with me. He the comfy tree with everybody. Vote PUP. We ready for election. Vote PUP 11. Bernard Wagner with the plan to make better things happen. Beautifying Belize City, reaching out to each community, involving more youth programs, uplifting all Belizeans. Bernard Wagner, the man for the job. Bernard Wagner, win again. Bernard Wagner, March 6. Vote PUP. Bernard Wagner, the man for the job. Bernard Wagner, win again. Bernard Wagner, March 6. Vote PUP. PUP 11.
Tell me, what about our today?
I recently did a Red Girl video. I get more views than Harriet. And you know one person had the nerve to post that I am not even a Red Girl? I mean, like, what that mean anyway?
Well, here what about me? Every time I go buy meat pie, and I go, so, nothing in there. Nothing. So this is my issue. I over 18. I don't want no one artist. And you could believe my man still expect me for wash dishes? We don't got time for that. I owe the for dishes. Yes.
And you, sir?
Well, I don't really got them kind of problems, you know. Ever since I switched to Digi and signed up for my unlimited postpaid plan, life stress-free. Nothing bother me or my connection no more.
In Dangriga, the heartbeat of our culture and community calls for a new direction. Meet Hubert A. Lucas, our mayoral candidate, a leader whose roots run deep in Dangriga's soil. Joining Hubert are 6 dedicated councillor candidates, united in their commitment to Dangriga. Frank Calis, Adeline Estero, Sidney Fajardo, Anthony Garbott, Stephen Laurie, and Dwayne Sampson. This team stands ready to tackle our most pressing challenges with innovative solutions. Vote the choice for great change. Vote UDP 7 on March 6.
Hurricanes, that which baby you rock there? That the newborn baby to the BEBL, Belmopan Trojans. Hurricanes are about to rock the baby Trojans to sleep this Friday night.
They're playing basketball
All around the world.
Welcome to the Hurricane Shelter, the Belize Civic Center, this Friday, March 1 at 9 p.m. Your 3-time undefended champion, Venice Belize Hurricanes, takes on the newcomer to the league, the baby of them all, the Belmopan Trojans. Hurricanes will make the Trojans cry like one baby.
The man cry like one baby.
Venice Belize Hurricanes, led by Glency Cooper Lopez, Victor Vito Evans, Tyree Harlem Kidoresco, Jamel Harris, the African from Mali, Burama Sidibe, and the 3-point boss, Amar Ross. Squaring off against Dartavius Young, Jalen Lopez, and the Belmopan Trojans. Without a doubt, the Hurricanes will mash down the Trojans.
Come back, we go mash them down. I lose.
Halftime show will feature for the first time this year the Sugarcane Girls, alongside the legendary T.Y. dropping his hit tune. Primary schoolers enter for free. That's right, while high schoolers will pay only $5. To top it off, the first 50 kids will receive a free kite courtesy of A&R Enterprise.
Let's go fly a kite up to the highest height.
Remember, this Friday at the Belize Civic Center, Canes versus Trojans. Gates open at 7, entertainment at 8, and tip-off time 9 p.m. Hey, primary and high schoolers, don't forget to bring out your posters and banners for the $1,000 competition. Then, of course, there's the Hopkins Hamanasi Resort First 5 contest for firms, family, and friends, valued at $5,000.
One team, one big family.
The after party will be at Thirsty Thursdays.
Hurricanes are one big family.
Sponsored.
Yo, respect the city. Love the game. Family, Belize Hurricanes. Hurricanes are one big family.
For months, the UDP has conducted a campaign of negativity and nothing. They have criticized everything done in the last 3 years and have launched personal, petty attacks. That's the negativity. At the same time, they are campaigning on nothing. No record, no work, no accomplishments, no vision. They have nothing. Nada. Just the usual promises. This PUP government has worked for the people. In keeping with our commitment, we recently completed the construction of a new forward operating base at the Sarstoon. Our soldiers now have a proper facility with the resources to defend our sovereignty. This year, the government will also construct a new medical center at the BDF's Fairweather camp. That is real governance. In just a little over 3 years, the PUP has done far more than was done in 13 under the UDP. That is a fact. That is the truth. On March 6th, in every municipality, Corozal, Orange Walk, San Pedro, Belmopan, Dangriga, Punta Gorda, Benque Viejo, San Ignacio, Santa Elena, and in Belize City, we will go full blue. We to stay on track with the PUP.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
It is undeniable that Belize City thrives under UDP. And once again, Belize City is ready for leadership that works, a leadership that not only promises but delivers. Our mayoral candidate, Nelma Mortis Jones, is a beacon of hope and action. She is joined by a diverse and hardworking team: Horace Alford, Brian Audinet, Alicia Craig, Leon Gill, Samson Jacobs, Tyrone Loriano, Victor Miguel, Angeli Perez, Jason Stain, and Tatiana Young. With Nelma Jones Mortis and her team, Belize City will witness a new dawn of leadership that works and delivers. On March 6, vote UDP 11.
I'm David Humes. This is Vanessa Humes. We own Ladyville Cool Spot. Belize Bank save us a lot of time. Working with them, we can keep track exactly what we spend. We recommend Belize Bank 100% because we don't have to go to stand up in line, and we can check on our account right from our house. Working with Belize Bank is the best.
In January, we heard the chief engineer Evondale Moody describe how much infrastructural work the court building that once housed the Treasury Department underwent. Moody also spoke of the level of intervention that the other court building that faces the Battlefield Park also needs to undergo. Well, the construction of a brand new court complex will get underway next to the Eleanor Hall Finance Building on Chetumal Street, as soon as the procurement of funds and the design of the building are done.
I think that's in its final stages with the Social Security Board. So far as I understand, the transaction documents as it relates to the equity subscription by Social Security, those have been approved by the board, and so I believe the next step is towards concluding those. I believe, if I recall correctly, it was around 50 million. It was contemplated 2 additional structures similar to the existing one, the existing finance building. So it would be about 100,000 square feet additional space that would then consolidate the government offices. One building would be used for the judiciary, so the judiciary will have a new home that includes the different levels of the judiciary. So that would have to be more customized, and then the second building would be for other government facilities.
Trying to salvage a dying culture or language can sometimes be easier said than done, particularly because youth are often adapting to other more modernized ways of communicating and interacting. So when we heard that the introduction of Garifuna language in government schools in the South has not only drawn the interest of the students who are Garinagu, but also those of other ethnicities, it showed that teaching that language in those schools may be the way to retrieve that part of the rich Garifuna culture that we all celebrate. CEO in the Ministry of Education, Diane Mejia, told News 5 today that there is good news to report in that regard.
This is a program that they are piloting with 9 schools between Sand Creek and Toledo districts, primary schools, correct. And the idea is to, of course, this initiative is intended to save the Garifuna language, to ensure the continued use of the Garifuna language. Language is living when you use it, right? So they want to make sure that that happens. They have a full program that includes support for teachers. It's a planned program for rollout in the schools, and the work that has been happening over the past few months shows that it's been successfully received. It's being well implemented, even in students who are not Garinagu students. So that's been an interesting component to look at, right? So we were really happy to learn more about it, to engage. What we see suggests that we have every reason, every confidence that this can be well rolled out, well implemented, and we're looking forward to seeing this bring more holistic development to the students who are impacted.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5police.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.